What's going on, everybody? I'm Keith, host of Just Our Thoughts with the Fellas, where 4 to 5 of my brothers give their perspective on national as well as local news. We touch on some trending hot topics as well as culturally relevant news. We also get a chance to dive into some deep core conversations. Check us out live every other Monday at 7 p.m. You can find us on Just Our Thoughts on YouTube Live, as well as Just Our Thoughts fan page on Facebook. Also, please don't forget to follow us on IG, JOT with the Fellas.
What's up,
What's good,
fellas?
fellas?
What's
What up?
good? What's the
What
deal?
up? What up?
Hey,
What up? What up,
hey,
What up,
fellas?
Wardy?
hey,
Okay.
man.
What's
It
up,
was a
Ward?
good.
He?
It was a nice weekend. How was you guys' weekend? You know,
Everything was good,
I
man. Everything is
yeah.
good.
You
Everything was
sure?
good, Wardy.
Sure
Yeah,
about
why you
that?
rubbing your
You sure about that?
Hey, Ward, you rubbing your
You,
Nah,
hands
rubbing
for a
you
minute.
too. You too, EB, because it wasn't too good for you either.
Nah, it
You
was not.
know. You
I
know what I
see you
mean?
representing Green Bay.
Yeah. Yes. We gonna see San Fran on Sunday night. I mean Saturday night.
yeah,
It's
you
gonna
get the
be a.
days right,
It's
Joker.
it's yeah. Saturday night at 8:15.
Mm-hmm.
7:15 actually. I
Hey,
did
you
see
don't even know when y'all
it
playing,
said
Wardy. Cut it
7:15.
out.
Nah. Usually on night games it's like 8:15, but I
Yeah.
seen a post 7:15 because
Hey,
they
Right, right.
changing times and everything. But these games, man. So how do y'all feel about you know the ass whooping that the Eagles took? But I was with y'all, I mean, coming up, as in the Eagles
Boy.
household, my dad used to go to the games, go to the vet, sit on that
Mm-hmm.
concrete. But I enjoyed my time. I still root for the Eagles whenever they're not playing for us.
okay. I'll start off.
But I mean, I just had to say this because we had a little thread going, talk about some betting on the Eagles, and I said it was a good bet
Uh-huh.
I did too.
because
I did too.
yeah, because I mean, if the Eagles had came out, if they had established the run, tried to establish the run from the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and if the defense came on from the beginning, like they always do somehow in the second half, like I don't know why you wait.
Right.
I think they really had a chance to beat Brady,
Right.
or I should say Tampa Bay, because it's a team sport. Not one man carries the whole team.
Right. Right.
You're
Let
not a
me let,
big Brady
let me
fan
give my let
anyway.
me give my assessment real quick on that, Ward, just to follow up with that question. So establishing the run, which is key. To
Mm-hmm.
me, I got to be honest with you from a Eagles fan perspective. Um, I like Miles Sanders, but
Mm-hmm.
I think that we need a much stronger back, somebody who could really, really run up the gut. Now, if you really want me to totally be upfront and honest with you,
And Boston
I
Scott don't.
no, he's good too. I like Boston Scott, but I'm going to give you a name that he was on the practice squad, and that was Jordan Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Howard, to me, from what
Mm-hmm.
I've seen when he's healthy, he is the number one back for the Eagles. Now,
Okay.
now, check this out. Now, the energy this weekend prior to the game, it wasn't all that great.
I feel you.
Yeah, people were kind of like, hey, I'm just happy that we got this far. And I was like, yeah, but let's see if we could go further. My cousin Denise, diehard Eagles fan, she's probably
Mm-hmm.
listening. What's up, D? She's representing Delta Sigma Theta. What's up, cousin? She called me yesterday and said, "Hey, cuz, um, I don't know, we may not win this." I said, "Hey, cuz, we gonna shock the world." So I was trying to make her feel comfortable. So around halftime, she texted me and said, "Hey, cuz, uh, it's not looking good." And I said, "I know." I know, D. Listen, we not shocking the world today, but I think Jalen Hurts. I think he has a nice, bright future ahead of himself. I just
Mm-hmm.
don't like that he gets a bad rap when he makes some minor mistakes, and sometimes I don't think that all of it is his fault. If you take a look at that pass, that interception that he threw to Avante Smith, Avante was
Mm-hmm.
just sitting there waiting for the ball. Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
Any other key star receiver, man, would have went to the ball to catch it and would have been aware of their surroundings. So
Yeah.
and they would have looked and and would have went and ran towards the ball. So
But
that's
you
what.
gotta remember, y'all the receiving core ain't all that. I mean, y'all got a good
Yeah,
y'all have a good receiver, but
But
like I kept saying about that, this what's his name, Rager?
Rager, yeah,
yeah,
he's
Rager.
we got to get rid of him.
Rager.
We got to get rid of him.
Yeah. I was surprised they left him on special teams.
Yeah, but you know what? They're trying to make a statement, man, because he was a first round draft pick. So they're trying
But I
to
get it.
they're trying to show that it wasn't a mistake by drafting Rager. But don't forget about my
It's
man Dallas Goddard.
they're young. They're young.
Dallas Goddard is he's gonna be good. He's gonna be good.
What do you mean
Yeah,
going to
yeah,
be
yeah.
good? He is good.
Well,
Yeah, he's
he's
tough,
still.
man.
I mean, you gotta think about it. Why would you get rid of Ertz? Why would you get rid of Ertz if
I
you
think
didn't
that
have
they-
anybody to replace him?
right, but I'm saying, he's still the best is still yet to come. Is what I'm referring to with Dallas.
Like, yeah, the Eagles squad is young.
I don't want to comment too much on the Eagles because I'm still hurt from my boys
You
yesterday.
should be
I'm
butthurt
still
about that
I'm
one.
still hurt.
Sorry, Dak.
Two things
Dak Prescott.
two things
Dak.
I
Sorry,
do want to
Dak.
say, man. Two things I want to say. Just as a football fan, I think the Dallas what is his name Goddard trade was to get some draft picks and to put
Wow.
into to get Ertz out of there so he could have an opportunity to compete for a championship. The other thing was on that pass with Devontae Smith, he was open early. He was open early, but who am I to talk? Because Dak missed several people yesterday, so
Yeah,
that thing hurt,
yeah.
man. That
Yeah.
thing hurt to go to be up, man, in the beginning of the season. And I know it's a long season, 17 games, man, 17 games. So you're gonna have your ups and downs, and we never came back, man. That thing hurt.
Yeah,
It
but
hurt.
it's
I'm
only
not one.
one game more than the other seasons.
What you mean?
You
16
talking
Oh,
about?
that's
Oh
all
man,
right.
one more game.
it's a
No, I'm
one
not
more
talking about that.
game.
I'm talking about it hurt to
always
be out
been
the
that long.
playoffs and to prove everybody right about this damn one and done thing. I think I might be getting a little heated again, man. Let's get out of here, man. That thing hurt,
Nah,
Voorhees. That thing
I
hurt.
bet.
But
Yeah, yeah.
we
See, my
caught San
thing
Fran,
was
man.
right. Y'all, in all essence, you guys should have. I mean, even though you shouldn't have, they should have played that well from the beginning. That they didn't have to do what they did
Yeah,
at the
yeah,
end
yeah,
and come down
yeah.
to 14 seconds and
Mm.
run a damn
We
quarterback sneak.
we weren't that good of a team. I'm gonna be honest with you. We weren't that. Our record was great. We played well. We
Yeah,
beat.
against second and
Um,
third string teams. Yeah.
no. See, that's a whole other
And if y'all
conversation.
did play the Eagles second and third strings last week,
But the first game we played all the starters and we still cracked y'all. Anyway,
yeah, that's true. But y'all were getting credit last
Right,
week
right.
for y'all got credit
Nah.
last week for putting up those big numbers though.
well, we was
second and third string players.
trying to get into a rhythm. But needless to say, my thing
Right.
was, man, we went 1-3 against the AFC West. We played the NFC. We did good against the NFC, but to have all those penalties to beat yourself, I'm not one. We got to give
Yeah.
San Fran some credit. We got to give San Fran some credit, man. Them boys came out, smash mouth football, 70s, 80s football, hitting all game. You got to give them guys some credit when we doing all those. Benny get on my nerves. When we doing all those,
What's
all
up,
those
Benny?
penalties, man. What's up, Benny? But yeah, you gotta give them boys some credit, man. They came out and they played
Right.
ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We had all those penalties, man. All them excuses. Dak ain't get a ref the ball. It shouldn't have come down to that. We wasn't that good of
Right.
a team yesterday. And them boys, they took it to us. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
but
That's
I'm
why-
good with that, man.
That's why I never talk trash. I don't get on
Yeah,
here.
I don't
I mean, I
Yeah.
love my Packers, but when it comes down to it, any game,
My man.
anything could happen.
absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I just love watching. I love seeing some good games.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm glad to see these teams that are in the playoffs because there will
Uh-huh.
be some good games.
All right, Ward, real quick, what do you think the score? Because the Niners is looking
it's
real.
gonna be-
the Niners
it's
is looking
gonna
real good,
be-
Ward. The Niners are
It's
looking
going to
good.
be tight. I think it may come down to my man Rasul Douglas picking off an interception at the end to save the winning score.
I got you. I got you. I got you. It's gonna be a good game, man. A-Rod, man, he's a beast, man. But they gotta that smash mouth football. It carries over into the playoffs, man. That running game
Right.
and that
Yeah,
defense. I don't know what's
definitely.
going on with
Definitely.
what's up with Joey Bosa and the other fellas. Dr. Hopkins,
Uh-oh.
what's going on?
What's up,
How you
Doc?
doing, sir?
Hey,
Yes.
How you
hey,
doing,
Hey,
sir?
get
Happy New
that
Year.
birthday shout out from Alyssa Wiles, man.
hey, yeah,
Boy,
I was going to
Alyssa,
say
happy birthday.
I was
Yes,
going to
sir.
say thank you, Alyssa. It's tomorrow, the 18th. Thank you.
Let's start our show. Let's get into these intros. We want to thank everybody for joining us on Just Our Thoughts with the Fellas. I'm your host, Keith Hall, and today we got just the fellas on here, EB and Ward Heen. We missing my brother KD. He got some other things that he's handling right now. So shout out to KD, ripping and running, man. Get some rest, my brother. Get some rest, man.
Yes, yes.
When you can, get some rest, KD. Um, Here on Just Our Thoughts, we touch on national news, local news, trending topics, and culturally relevant discussions, and have some core conversations as well. And even in our community, got my brother Ward Heen with that damn Packers hat on.
Yes,
What's good,
sir.
Ward Heen?
Yes, sir. Hey, man. I'm good. I'm glad to be vertical.
Yeah.
Glad to see the fellas
Wow.
again.
yes,
Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Ward, you still getting out there, man, and getting your
Not
walk on?
man, it's been a little bit too cold.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel you.
it's been cold because I went out there a couple times and that cold, and it was like it was a tough time.
I
A
got
little
you.
tough trying to get around in that cold.
Yeah. EB, what's good, E?
Oh man, listen, I'm hanging in there, man. I'm not as sad today over the Eagles' loss. I'm okay, but I didn't take it as hard as I would take a normal loss. But
Yeah.
it is what it is, man. I'm glad that we
Yeah, don't let
able to
that
get.
shit get to you.
Nah, you know me. I won't. First year head coach, first year starting
Yeah,
quarterback.
definitely,
All right.
definitely.
All right.
So we
All right.
good. We good. We got a nice
That's
bright
a good way to
future
look
ahead of
at
us.
it.
What up, Rob?
Rob
So
Pepno, we want to thank everybody for
let's
joining us to this.
hold on before you get to that. We never say this. What's up, Keith? How you doing, brother?
Yeah, how you feeling? The
Hey, Ward,
host,
man, I appreciate that, man. I
the
appreciate
host.
that, my good brother. I'm good, man. I'm good, man. We went out today, man. We had a day of service today, man, and it felt good. One of my goals for this year was to get back out, heavy in the community, and get back out to giving in a different direction, a different way. So we got out today, man, and it was dope, man, to get out and assist and help people, just mingling, having some good conversation, man. It was amazing for
Nice.
me today, a day of reflection. You know what I mean? But other than that, I'm good, man. I was a little sick a couple weeks ago, but back in the gym, what I mean, get my cardio on.
Mhm.
Yes,
So
sir.
we good,
That's
man.
what's up.
We good. We're gonna take this
What's
thing,
up?
man, and roll with it.
That's what's up.
Yep.
Appreciate that, Warren. Rob
Yes,
Toughnell,
sir.
what's going on, my good brother? What's going on,
What's
man?
up,
Well,
tough love?
What up,
Tough
Rob?
enough. Thank everybody for joining us tonight on Just Our Thoughts with the Fellas. Join us on our podcast and having a conversation with us. So if you got any comments, join us. Go to our podcast, our streaming services, and check our past content out. Go to JOT with the Fellas on IG. Follow us if you can. Follow us on all streaming services when it comes to iHeartRadio, Spotify, whatever it is, we're on there. So check us out. What's up, Arlene?
Hey, Arlene.
And check our content out. Today, man, I want to give a shout out, man. If I could give a shout out to happy 58th birthday to my amazing, incredible, classy Aunt Michelle LaVaughn Robinson
Yes.
Obama.
What you call it? Your
I
aunt,
want to,
Aunt
that's
Michelle?
Auntie right there, man. That's
Auntie
Aunt Michelle.
Michelle. Yes.
Gotta give her a shout out on her 58th birthday today. She's I think she's in Hawaii celebrating with Unc at this point, man. So gotta
Man.
give her a shout out, man.
Should have
while
wore
we
my
can.
sweatshirt today. Legends are
What's it?
born in January. All the
Yeah.
great legends have been born in January.
And Ward, that
You
includes
see
Muhammad,
that?
you. That includes you,
Muhammad.
good brother.
Oh, hell yeah. What do you think? You think not? Nah. I know,
Hey, Will, you
legend.
heard the silence. You heard the silence
Yeah,
right after
oh
that,
yeah,
though, right?
boy, them crickets was loud. Oh man, they was
Oh
loud.
man. So today we we were out. It's a day of service. Dr. King's birthday was Saturday, and we celebrate on today a day of service, a day of remembrance, a day to give back, a day that a day of reflecting to carry on his legacy. So, I was wondering, man, if we could touch on, I guess, what his legacy and how, he touched you, touched your life, and what's the lasting impression or thought that you have when it comes to Dr. King.
Well, mine is the fact that he gave the ultimate sacrifice for his people.
Right.
I don't know if everybody's familiar with his last speech. I've been to the mountaintop,
Mm.
Mm,
but that speech right there kind of foreshadowed his assassination.
Right.
He began, he gave the people the feeling like, you know what, it's time to really stop marching, doing these little solid these protests and all. It's time to jump into action. It's time to unite and make our voice really be heard.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of told the people to do exactly what really would hurt.
Mm.
You hit them in the pocketbook. When you
Mm.
start taking
mhm.
away them dollars,
Come on.
Yeah.
that's when they really start listening. And in my opinion, that was kind of what really put him, that made the government like, oh, we got to watch this guy.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what that was kind of what it was for me, where he actually came. What? I did it this way. It's time for a little bit of change because what we were doing wasn't really working. It's
Right.
time to
Yeah.
change it
Yeah.
up a little bit. And I like the fact that it wasn't like he was playing the same old record the entire time. He started out, let's do it this way. It ain't working. It's time for a little bit of change. Let's start, just stop hitting the bricks and start taking that money away.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah.
What you
his
mentioned? What? Go ahead.
no, I was just saying his just his demeanor, just him like, assessing what was going on to be able to change, be like,
Okay.
look, we got to do this. And this is we actually have to unite. Stop spending the money with all these businesses that don't like us. Hit them where it hurts.
Right. And
Start Go ahead. Go ahead.
you brought up a good point, man. And I just want to piggyback off of that when you talked about that sacrifice. Um,
Mm-hmm.
him just making that sacrifice, being away from the family for long
Mm-hmm.
periods of times, whether it
Yep.
was weeks, maybe even months. And, I look at myself and I'm like, wow, if I'm away, a day or two, I miss the family, you know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
bet.
And it's like when you take a look at that, it's like, wow, man, this guy, he really made a sacrifice, for the betterment of our world, for just peace and equality, for peace and equality, man.
Yeah.
And that stuck out in my mind, over the years. And I just hope that the authenticity of Martin Luther King continues to, you know um, just be prevalent, because when we were growing up, man, it was in school. Now we got social media. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that it just stays important. We'll hear his son, speak every now and then, but it
Mm-hmm.
should be a little bit more than just the month of January,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and February. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was like, in my opinion, about that sacrifice. Because to me, it was like I was saying, it kind of foreshadowed his assassination.
Hmm.
But the brother he knew it wasn't a matter if he was going to be assassinated.
Mm,
It
it
was
was
just
when.
a matter of when. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he didn't. And at that point, he really didn't care because it was like, I'm on a mission and I'm going to see it through, however far I get.
But check this out.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that 10 years prior to this, there was another attempt
Oh
on his
yeah,
life in 1958? 10
when the
years prior
girl,
to that, about
when the
the
chick stabbed him,
yep,
when she stabbed him in the
Yeah.
back.
the mentally
Yeah.
challenged young lady
Mm,
who stabbed him
mm,
when he
yep.
was in New York at a book signing.
At a book, his first book signing.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
go ahead, Keith.
Good.
No, you good. I was I was kind of reflecting today. Um, had an opportunity to when we were at Girard College today. I took some time to reflect. They had some big boards set up and Dr. King's speeches going and to look at his manuscript, his original manuscript.
Mhm.
I thought was amazing. So I took some time to listen to again his speech to Americas,
Mhm.
and one of the things how he just laid it out in terms of America being able to take two steps forward and then also taking a step back. And it goes on to question racial justice and racial equality over a period of time, and then continue to take the step back. So for me, it's we often say how we still in the same place. In that
Mm-hmm.
speech, Dr. King, he spoke to bills, he spoke to policies and voting rights that weren't getting passed.
Mm.
That they kept pushing these bills and voting rights, and it wasn't getting passed. And we think about that on today. It's kind of pretty much the same thing. But to go back to his sacrifice, with Ward and EB, which y'all originally started on, man. It was the ultimate sacrifice. He
Mm-hmm.
gave of himself. I know previously over a year ago we talked about servant. I think KD touched on servant leadership,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and that's the definition of what that looks like, man. So on a day like today, I do pray and hope that it's something that we could take and something that we could be reflective of when we go on in our day to day business and interacting with people.
Mm-hmm.
So and he knew his passion. You know
Yeah.
what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? He
Right.
knew his
Definitely.
passion, man, and he knew what was in his heart. So despite everything that was going on, he kept pushing. So I just wanted to share that, man, in terms of his
Yeah.
sacrifice.
Good point.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah.
High enough. Yeah. Rob
I just want
Tufnell
to.
just something real. Rob Tufnell just said something
Yeah.
real important. He said,
Yeah.
Dr. King is to the point I made earlier about there it is. Dr. King was able to do what he did without social media.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Good point, Rob.
but also, and I mean, and just and basically, Dr. King's defense was we were better. We were better than social media back then because word of mouth was enough, man. That is shit. Things spread so fast it was ridiculous.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not
Yeah,
not to
yeah.
say not to say it was it's a bad thing, but it was definitely a good thing. And
Hmm.
and I like the fact that Dr. King, his words did not just try to unify us as a people, it
Hmm.
unified people and made a lot of other people think and brought a lot of others
Yeah, yeah,
feelings to the
yeah.
forefront. Just like when he was stabbed by the woman in New York
Mhm.
years, later after he was out of hospital and everything, he said he got a lot of letters from pastors and
Mhm.
all kinds of people.
Hmm.
He said he don't even remember what they said. He said, but there was one letter that touched him so
Mm.
much
Mm.
that he never forgot it, and it was from a white girl, a white ninth grader.
Mhm.
Well, you paused when you was going to say that, though. I saw you pause.
Nah, because I didn't. I was going to phrase it a different way, but that was the way it came out. It was just a white, a white, because actually what he said was it was from a ninth grader, and in parentheses he said she was white. Really like it really mattered. But she said that she heard that his misfortune, he was stabbed, and she also heard that the blade came so close to his aorta
Mm.
that if he sneezed,
Mm.
he wouldn't be here.
Right.
And
Yeah.
she said, "Thank God you didn't sneeze."
Mm.
And
Wow.
right, exactly. That's something you think about. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
if just one little thing as simple as that, we wouldn't have had Dr. King
Yeah.
Right.
to
Right.
do the work that he did.
Yeah,
Right.
man. So, oh man,
Okay,
dope, man.
Caucasian, my fault, Rob. Caucasian, not white.
Hey, and listen, man, that's why, man, it's important for us not only as people in the community to let's just stick together, man. We were supposed to, my fraternity was supposed to have a community initiative today, but
Mhm.
unfortunately, man, last week when there was a threat of that big storm, they had to cancel it simply because there were so many different moving parts today. But
Right.
one of my fraternity brothers, and what's up to Anthony Evans? What's up, Sans? I got a text message from another fraternity brother. He sent me this quote from Martin Luther King. I'm gonna read this, just one sentence. It
Mhm.
says, "We must learn to live together as brothers, or perish together as fools." So I
Mm.
thought that that was very, very powerful, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
real fast. We were watching Earth. Um, why can't I remember the name? It's Earth with Will Smith. So I was watching this one
What,
episode. We
After
were
Earth?
watching this. Not
Oh,
not
that
it's
new
not a
the
movie.
oh
It's
the
the
new
series.
series. Yeah,
That
that
thing
new
is dope.
series. Okay.
That thing is dope. So we were watching. I may have said this before a few weeks ago, and I want to say it's the third episode called Swarm,
Mm,
and the episode spoke to um, a group of animals working together,
mm,
and it followed the wildebeest. So the
Mhm.
wildebeest was trying to find a portion of the river to cross
mhm,
so they wouldn't be eaten by alligators, and they were, continually following, and they were going different miles and miles away to
Mhm.
mhm,
find this one portion that was best for it to cross.
uh-huh,
And you had so many wildebeest and several zebra like up in the middle of it. And I'm watching it, and you see several wildebeest in the beginning,
mhm,
just licking the water, just testing the water, and then they all just went. So many wildebeest, went across this river at the same time. Um, there were several that were eaten by the alligator, and for me, it's kind of a reminder that, like, what Dr. King did for a lot of us,
mhm,
Mhm.
like that sacrifice.
mm.
You
Yes.
know what I mean? I'm
Yep.
gonna lead y'all,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna take y'all over here, but some of us may,
Not make
May
it.
may
not
be
make it.
taken out.
Some of us ain't
Yeah,
gonna
we ain't
make
gonna
it.
make it, but you got to keep pushing, and going through that river. And I want to say it was the Mayan River. Going through that river, man, it was so many thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of
Mm,
freaking wildebeest and several
mm,
zebra lines miles away,
mm,
crossing this river. And it was just dope because, you know, it was that sacrifice, man. And I
mm,
know it's just wildebeest, but it's just a parallel of what Dr. King did when as he was leading us, and we still want to continue to keep pushing. So I thought that was a dope episode. Will, that's my dude now, man. I got a better understanding of that cat, man. That's my man right now.
good stuff. Good stuff right
So
there,
yeah,
Iron
yeah,
Def. Good
yeah,
stuff,
yeah,
man.
yeah,
Right,
yep,
right.
yeah. Yeah, man. So if we can, man, let's keep pushing. Let's keep continue his legacy, and not only his, but those that are for our people, those that are pushing the envelope, putting themselves out there on the front line, and keep pushing and keep carrying that torch.
Mhm.
When it comes to another thing, another thing that I did while we on that note, man, I wanted to touch on was prayers to the other families of those that
Mhm.
were and friends of today was a funeral of the 12 family members that were
Mm.
killed in the fire and that happened in Philly. So shout out to other family members, not shout out, but prayers of comfort
Mhm.
to other family members and friends, during this time and during this time of need. If you could, take a moment and find out where you can support, find out where you can help, and support the rest of those families. So wanted to, certainly acknowledge that.
Good stuff. Good
What
stuff.
else we got, man? What
Mhm.
else we got going on?
I think we hitting to that core.
Oh
Get
man,
to that
yeah, yeah.
core.
Let's
Burnout.
get to the
Burnout.
core, man.
We hitting
So
to that
so so
core.
so this is for me, this is when we think about Dr. King. Could you imagine the burnout that he went through,
Hmm.
like the other side of things,
Right.
the not seeing your family, the possible depression and anxiety that he went through, the lack of that he had gone through, and while he's still pushing. And while we talk about this, how do we handle the burnout that we go through? I look
Mm-hmm.
at the two of you. I look at the Katie, and those that's close to me. Mark and Chris. The rest of our family members, man. And how do we manage? How do we deal with burnout? And how do we cope with that?
Well, it's tough, man. Before I begin, Sister Sharon just put in the comment
Yeah.
prayers to Donald Polk and family, man. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
definitely, man. Definitely, man. That was a good brother, man, right there, man. That is going to be missed. Did so much for the community, man. Of just helping out the youth, man. Miss you, good brother.
Mm-hmm.
For
Um,
sure.
for me, man, growing up, I always looked at burnout, man, as just going from place to place, meaning, all right, I'm running here, I'm running there, I'm getting in my car, I got to go to point A, point B. And my mom always said, hey, you're running too much, you're going to get burnt out. And I'm like, I'm young at that time. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I hear you, mom, but I ain't really listening to you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was just always, man, just full of energy, man. And now, man, it's just now that I'm older, it's a different I look at it from a different perspective, man. Burnout is not necessarily driving from this place to another place. Burnout can come from a mental standpoint as well, man. You
Mm-hmm.
know, things that you have to do, things that stay on your mind, issues, challenges, troubles, man. And even, during this whole pandemic, man, there's a point, man, where you can experience I'm gonna call it virtual fatigue, man.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
yeah. So
Definitely.
yeah. So for me, man, y'all already know, man, I like to eat, man. That's my favorite thing to do. I like to bust a grub, man, and
Mm-hmm.
you know and have and have a cocktail. But more importantly, man, y'all know I like to get a little cardio in. So taking a
yeah.
walk for me, man, kind of eases my mind on
Mm-hmm.
certain things. Even though it's cold outside, man, I'll put on a hoodie and
Hmm.
I'll just take a nice little walk, and I might take a walk for about 30 minutes, man. And just think, man. Do a little meditation, and that kind of helps and works for me, man. But I must admit, man, it's not easy, brother. It is not
Mm-hmm.
easy, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking to one of our brothers, man, and I get a chance to talk to him, and just his getting from here, I got to shoot home and get this, and his other job and just different things. I felt like for me, checking on him all the time. Maybe every couple weeks, man, to see how he's making out. Um, when you're the responsible one, when you're carrying a lot of weight, I felt like it's important. You know, fortunately, I think for me, I got two sisters, man. That's when it comes to supporting my family, my mother. I got two sisters who have been amazing. In that situation, for a little while, it was some burnout. It was definitely burnout and some wear and tear on me. But my sisters, man, they have been amazing and like taking a load, off, in certain situations, but you still have work, you still got, your own passion, you still got your family, that you definitely got to tend to. So it's how do you manage that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? How do you balance that? How do you manage that? Because I think we've come to a day and age where, we throw that word self-care around, you know what I'm saying? And it's really, it's not really taken seriously. It's what is the self-care? No, you just went to
Mm-hmm.
get your nails done because you're going out tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's not
Mm-hmm.
really considered and thought of and continued. It's not consistent. You know,
Mhm.
is what I want to say. So I think it's important, that we really look at, especially when we get to this age, man. Especially when we get to this point in our life. We are close to 50. Y'all closer to it than I am. But I think it's
Woo!
that's the truth. I think
That
it's
is
I
it.
think it's important.
You knocking on the door
I,
too, though, man.
Small, but yeah, it's
hey,
the truth.
hey, you closer to the door than all of us,
All of
except
us,
Dre. My
yeah.
bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, for me, it was a conversation. It was a thought that I thought we could dive into. Especially as men, where we, Ward, you got your nephews. You know what I'm saying? You got your family. You doing a lot of different things. EB, you got them two boys that's whipping your tail. You know what I'm saying? Work. Your other jobs, your other interests. And still trying to tend to your wife, man, and be there and make sure that your home, your garden is in order, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are some of the things that you do?
Well, I think it's important, man, to be consistent and to have a routine.
Mhm.
That routine is big, man. But I think that you have to know when to say no. Sometimes, man, it might hurt someone's feelings, simply because you just can't do, what you used to do, or you just can't help out someone at that particular time. So, my routine, man, consists of, now that my boys are back in school,
Mhm.
picking them up. We're doing a little bit of homework. We got our showers at this particular time. We're reading. We're praying. Basketball season is about to start on February the 1st.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be implemented in the routine, and keeping them busy, man, and just
Yeah. Yeah.
just understanding to making sure that you prioritize, those things that are more important than others. So once you get on that routine, man, you
Yeah.
have to just be consistent and follow it through. If not, man, you'll
Yeah.
be all over the place, man. In education,
Right.
man, we call it sticking to the lesson plan, knowing
Mm-hmm.
what you're going to do. So those are some of the things, man, that I do to help me get by, man. In my
Yeah.
everyday
Yeah.
life, and talking to you guys, man, on a regular, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no, man,
Right.
seriously, talking to
Right.
you
Right.
guys, man, getting
Yeah.
up with you
Yeah.
guys on the regular, man.
Yeah.
Every now and then, we'll get a chance to go out, and have a cocktail. Now, this week, I'm waiting for Ward to put it out there. But for those who don't
Yeah.
know, Ward's birthday is tomorrow. He got a few
Ward's
shout
birthday
outs.
was tomorrow, so if y'all can flood Ward's
Flood,
timeline,
flood,
flood the
flood,
comment section with some shout outs to our brother Ward Heen.
Ward
Hey
Heaney,
Ward,
yeah.
I do want to get your thoughts on this, man. I do want
um.
to get your thoughts on this,
Yeah.
man.
I'm kind of like
Nikki
on
Britt.
the. What's up, Nikki? I'm kind of on the opposite side of this burnout. Listening to you guys and then growing up and seeing what I seen. Family is a lot.
Mm.
Um. Everybody knows I don't have any children. You know. Yes, I do
That you,
have.
that you know of. That you
Oh,
know of. Let's
trust
clear.
no. That
Wow.
we will clear the air.
Wow.
There are no Wardines or
uh,
Wardinettes running
right, right.
around. Um, but no, it's like I don't have that responsibility to make sure my kids get to school, their homework's done.
Right, right, right.
Make sure, when they're younger, make sure they're up, they're dressed, they're bathed, they're brushed their teeth,
Mm.
things like that. No, I never experienced that. And mainly because, growing up, seeing especially my mother. Now, my father was a little different because I didn't get to see his burnout because he was always out on his regular job, his side hustle,
Mhm.
or he was just out.
Right.
But yet he was out there on his grind to make
Mm.
sure his kids didn't work for nothing. And I knew he was burnt out. He had to be.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
I got to see firsthand my mother coming home sometimes late from work, coming in, having to come in, cook dinner, cleans, things like that. So it was like she did so much for us. It was like she was nonstop.
Right.
Taking us out, making sure we were entertained and everything. Because
Mhm.
when we was kids, man, we was hitting the movies every weekend.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
my moms made sure we was always up doing something. Wasn't bored. So and because I seen how my dad was,
Mhm.
I always told myself, yes, I idolize my dad, but I'm not going to be that type of dad to where
yeah.
yeah, it's good to make sure your kids always want for nothing,
Right.
Right,
but
right, right.
I said if I'm going to have children, I'm going to make sure they have more of my time
Right.
than my
Hmm.
money. They
Right.
can have my money when
Yeah,
I'm going, but you're going to get more of my time now, and in a way, I really wish I had more time with my dad back then, but yet he was on his burnout, making sure we were good. And
yeah.
and I kind of look at it as an addiction. You know what I
Mm.
mean?
What's that?
You're being burnt out because it's like you're always on the go. It's like you don't feel normal unless you're
Unless,
constantly moving.
Ward, that's a
Like
Hmm.
not like
mm, great
no,
point.
you do have to slow down. There you do have to take time for yourself to sit back, sit in your chair, watch some TV, have a drink, cool out. Because if you don't, I mean, in my opinion, if you don't have that every once in a while, man, you can go crazy.
Hey,
You
Ward, you made your point is one thing I was thinking about is the addiction of the ripping and running.
mm,
So I remember years ago, I had learned the difference for me. I learned the difference when I was, just watching people and you say, yo, what's going on? What's up? Oh man, I just been busy. Oh man, yo, what's up, Keith? I just been busy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you busy or are you productive? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? I feel like there's a huge difference than like is your busyness producing? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, or are you just like you said, or are you addicted to the moving
mm,
around,
mm,
often
mm.
just to say that you're just to feel that you're accomplishing something. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm.
To
Yeah.
feel not needed. I don't want to say needed, but to feel that as if you're accomplishing something. So, what is that busyness, or are you producing something? And I feel like there's a huge difference because that addiction is real important to, and sometimes it could feel as if you. I guess you can say needed. I guess you can say needed when you see someone. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got several things I have to do. It may be a part of that feeling needed, but the addiction and the is important in terms of no, you're right. That's a valid point,
See,
Ward.
because
That's a
because what
valid
I'm
point.
the way I'm looking at is addiction. Because to me, burnout can come in two different ways.
Uh-huh.
Like EB saying that day to day routine. Okay, yeah, that's your responsibility. Of course, you're going to do off for your kids,
Mhm.
but like you also have
Extra.
this other burnout where you're constantly moving because
Yep.
you're always doing something for the people at the church. You're always doing something for
Hmm.
for the community. All your friends, they always want to come to you at because thinking you the end all, the be all counselor. Things like that could burn you out. But I'm looking at addiction is you're that type of person that keeps allowing it because you like it,
Hey
Yeah,
Ward,
but you
yeah,
that's hey
yeah.
Ward.
you're burning yourself out and you don't even realize it
Hey,
because in a way you get some satisfaction from it and you
Yep.
don't realize it. But
a
now
hundred
you to the
percent.
point where now it's to the point it's like, man, I'm tired as hell.
hey Ward, that's a
Yeah.
great point, man, that you mentioned, man. You put a nice little spin on that when you talked about that ripping and running is an addiction. It's like
Mm-hmm.
you and listen, man, I can honestly admit, man, growing up, man, no, for real, I can
No,
relate.
I could tell it.
Like sitting in the house, I couldn't take it, man. It was like, okay, I gotta rip and I gotta run. Like that addiction. I need to be somewhere hanging out with friends, family,
Mm-hmm.
movies, mall. Like I needed to do that because it did something for me. But I'm gonna tell you right now, and that I'm now that I'm older, I think I didn't kick that habit, brother. That addiction.
Yeah. Because you tired. You finally came to the realization, like, yo, this really ain't for me. I mean, there's still people that like doing it, but you came to that point where you finally realized, yo, this is taking a toll on me. I
Yeah,
need to
yeah,
sit.
yeah,
I need to sit down. I need to relax. I need to chill out.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, that's a amazing point where I think some of the signs, man, when you think of that chronic fatigueness, is a sign of burnout. There's many signs of burnout. Not eating, not taking care of yourself. Your
Mm-hmm.
diet, um, as Arlene say, or just simply your old ass. Is
Hey,
just you just getting old. Um, I think it's important, that you pay attention and you're aware of, how you sleep and how you eat and,
mm-hmm.
what's your social life like? You know what I mean? Because then you can then start going into different phases, because burnout, can lead into certain phases. So I
Mm-hmm.
think it's important that you just pay attention to that, making sure you eat right, making sure you get a good amount of
Yes.
sleep. And I think that's paramount when it comes
Mm-hmm.
to burnout. Now that's some good stuff right there, boy. That's some good stuff, man. We want to keep this thing moving, man. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on Just Our Thoughts with the Fellas. It's just us
I got a
tonight.
man law.
All right, now I'm not closing it out. I
Oh,
got you,
okay.
Wardy. I
All
got
right.
I got my man EB and Warheem on. For those that's just joining us, those that's just tapping in, we celebrate, and if you missed us, you could go back and watch our
Yeah.
show on YouTube or check us out when they get on our streaming services. We celebrated and gave a shout out to Aunt Michelle Obama on her 58th birthday. We touched on Martin Luther King Day of Service and how that, what that means to us and how
Yeah.
his legacy impacted us. We
Great man.
talked to some football. Great man. Talked about some football. EBs, Eagles, my Cowboys, and them damn A-Rod and his Packers. So if you can check us out, share our podcast with everyone that you can, and continue to support us. We certainly appreciate you. Ward, we're gonna go to some man law.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got, dog.
Shopping bags, they way down her arm.
All right, fellas.
Shout out to Big
What
G
up?
real quick.
What up, Big G?
Big G.
What up, Big
Yes,
G?
sir, Big G.
Ha
All
ha, my
right.
man.
Today's man law. Stop wishing. Man should not, and women, as a matter of fact, buy anything from Wish. If you want to buy a sweater thinking you're going to be fly, and when it finally comes, it won't even fit a toddler. Or you want a kitchen gadget, and what you get is best fit for a dollhouse. Lastly, if you have the app on your phone, I pray for you. Stop using
Ward,
that Wish. Stop using that Wish, man. I see too
Ward,
many
what is
things. Huh?
I'm not familiar with Wish. What
You
is
don't
Read
Wish?
your
know Wish?
mind. What is that, Ward?
Oh man,
Give us some background information.
Wish is this
I'm sitting here looking
website.
it up.
Wish is this website / app where it's almost like Amazon, where you can buy merchandise. But most of
Okay,
it,
I see it.
what's up, Justin? Most of it is overseas, coming from China. So you thinking you gonna get something? You may see the picture, but that picture is not what you getting. Man, I see some videos where they be buying they be thinking they gonna get one thing, and when they get it, they wish they never had ordered it.
I
Wish
got
Because
you,
you
Ward.
it's
I
never
got
had
you.
because
it.
it's
Now, Ward, I like that. They wish
it's
you
bad.
never had it.
Now I'm going to be, and the reason why I say this, I fell victim. I have felt
So
victim.
this is where this is
I
coming
have
from.
I
Yeah. Hey,
have
Ward.
felt
Okay, now I see why you're mentioning
This
So-
this.
is where this is
You're
coming from.
Now,
Oh no,
you're a little bitter, and you want to put it out
Yeah,
there. I ain't mad at
yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
just one thing I was looking for was a nice little drying rack supposed to fit over top of your sink to where you can put your stuff in and it drips right down back into your sink. Man, I ordered this thing. It said $20. Man, when it came, I could have bought this at the dollar store for $3.99. Yo, it was
You're not the only one.
Yo, it was this little plastic 3-tier tray that was about that big. I said, you know what? I'll just take this to work and use it for a pencil tray or whatever. It was so disheartening.
Hey, wait,
It was like
why wouldn't you
really
use Amazon?
because
Was Wish
Amazon
cheaper?
didn't have it in. Yeah, it was on. Yeah, it was on.
Gotcha.
So Ward, Wish is very misleading for the record.
Most of their stuff is very, very misleading.
So Ward, you saying you bought some Jordans and when you got them back, dude was fat sitting on the chair?
No.
Is that the type of stuff they send?
I didn't know. I don't buy CDs off of Wish.
Okay.
I learned my lesson
I got
before that.
I got you. So
But
you
nah.
did buy.
No.
Oh man,
no.
Ward, I never heard of that, man. I never.
Yeah,
Heard
don't even worry about it. Don't even
Okay.
look it
Thank you
up.
for the heads up, Ward. I'm gonna make a note of that.
I say if you gonna buy something, at least buy it from Amazon because if it ain't what you want, you can easily return it with no problem.
I got you. Nah, Amazon is good for that, man. Amazon, I just sent something back for KJ, man, the other day. Easy, man. So they are good for that one, man.
Yes,
Ward,
yes, they are.
another man law. Appreciate you, man, and all your work with your man law. I'm waiting for that book to come together, man, so you could put that, in the stores, man. Put that book together for Ward's man laws, man. Hey, we want to thank everybody for joining us, man. We appreciate you, man, for supporting just our thoughts with the fellas. We jumped on tonight to have some fun, celebrate, Martin Luther King's
my
Day,
daddy's
their
record.
reflection, celebrate the day of service of Martin Luther King, and continue his legacy. And if not just him, but someone that lit a flame under you, carry their torch. So this is Keith, and this is just our thoughts with the fellas. KD, we love you. We miss you, brother.
Yes,
we want to
sir.
give every shout out though. Ward Heen, happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday,
Thank you.
Ward.
Happy
Thank you.
birthday, man.
Thank you, man. I
Happy birthday. Hey,
appreciate that.
Ward, you got some words, man. Give us some words, man. Take us on out of here,
Oh,
man.
Take us on out.
well,
And tell us where we going this week, Ward. Tell us where we going to have a cocktail.
All right, whatever. Yeah, you know what? Because it don't
Let's send
matter.
the text.
Everybody
Put
can
it
come
in
in.
the text.
Anybody can come. I don't care. It is what it is. But nah, I was going to say something because it wasn't related to my birthday. I just wanted to say, give a shout out to, not really a shout out, but a prayers up to all the people that are dealing with the loss of loved ones in the recent times. It's a troubling time because, just recently, the last time I got my hair cut, the subject of Facebook came up, and my barber, shout out to Corey Carmichael, was like, "Yo, this is the reason why I don't get on Facebook because it seems like every time you turn it on, a picture pops up with a RIP next to it, and what I'm getting tired of it. I really don't like seeing it, but I just want to give a prayers up to the people that have lost their loved ones, and we're out there praying for you. Stay up, stay strong.
Yeah, the one thing, man. The one thing is, we could talk and keep going, man. When it comes to loss, I always say, it's that individual that you lost, that has passed and have moved on. Like that's a feeling you've never had in life. You could have lost other people, but the connection and the relationship that you had with that individual is one that you've never seen before. So
Right.
it's new. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that feeling is new for you. That feeling and that emotion that you're going through, you've never seen it before. So prayers to the families that are dealing with loss during this time. I definitely support you on that, Ward. I heard somebody say, man, a long time ago, the older you get, the more people you lose.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to end this show, man, on a great note. So continue to pray, continue to
Right.
pray for your loved ones. Go ahead. What up, Ward?
The we gonna do something different for my birthday this time. We're not going to
Okay.
hit we're not going to hit like a bar or nothing like that. We just gonna go to the all you can eat buffet because they got a BYOB, so we can definitely drink whatever the fuck we want to drink. So we're going to the Hibachi Grill on Route 130 in Cinnamon Friday
Boy, you gonna
afternoon
have that thing.
at 4 o'clock. Hey, I don't care. Let's light that place up.
Hey, it's whatever. I'll be there.
It's BYOB, so you know my Jack Daniels is definitely gonna be flowing.
E. Coleman, if you coming, wear your mask.
Yeah, wear that mask, E. Cole.
E. Coleman, where you
Wear that
at?
mask, brother.
All right.
Hey, this is just our thoughts with the fellas. We having a good time. Set your intentions. Continue to push towards the mark of the high calling. I don't know where that one came from, but it's down in my heart. It's down in my soul. But we want to say thank you. We love y'all for supporting us, certainly supporting us. Continue to support us as much as you can. We appreciate you. Go to all our streaming services. Go to our platform to share, support us. It doesn't cost much to support us. Big G, we got to holler, man. We want you back, brother. We want you back,
Come on
Big
back,
G.
Big
We need
G.
to talk to you,
Big
man.
G.
We had a good time with you, brother. This is just our thoughts with the fellas. Peace.
Peace.